HHS Eagle Media.
By students, for students.
This just in, we're here in Heritage High School's senior pit. The date is April something, 2019. We are here with Chris Allen. Chris, how much time do you spend on your phone?
Around 2 hours a day.
Wow. Up next, we've got Charlie Nicholson. Charlie, what about you?
Probably about 2 hours, 1 minute a day.
Very precise. You can tell this guy has been good at math his whole life. Moving on. Oh yeah, I didn't know. Michael Model, how are you doing today?
Oh, absolutely amazing. Thank you,
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, this guy. All right, Michael, how much time do you spend on your phone a day?
I'd say about an hour a day.
An hour a day? Wow, Michael takes the win. Although, we can see through his lies. All right, next. All right, Mr. Wygang, got a quick question for you, okay with that?
Yes, what's the question?
How many hours or how much time a day do you spend on your phone?
8 hours. 8 hours every single day.
That is almost a full school day. This guy is out of control. All right, let's move on. Alex Stucker, also coming up from Mr. Eagle. Same with Mr. Wygang. Mr. November here. How many hours, how many minutes, how many seconds do you spend on your phone a day?
He's got to check.
Oh, he's watching something on his phone right now. This guy is unbelievable.
Honestly, maybe like 10 or something.
10 hours, minutes, seconds?
10, just 10.
Just 10. Oh my gosh, special guest just walked into the senior pit just this way, folks. Eden Barr, how are you doing? Look at athleisure is the look today. Eden, can you tell me how many hours a day you spend on your phone?
1 second, I gotta take this.
Oh my god.
24 hours, ladies and gentlemen. It's a personal best, I'd say. Thank you.
She's out of control. She's a busy woman. What can I say? Always taking business calls.
Turnoff is one part of my overall media studies unit in my English 12 class. The media studies is another version of what they used to call media literacy. And so it's just about learning how our minds work and trying to figure out how we can take greater control of our lives and not be swept up or put into ruts and different spots that are leading to more and more trouble in our culture, like depression and some of those other things. So the tech turnoff is all part of that, and its main objective is to get you to just understand how your mind has adapted and how adaptable your mind is. So you take away certain things that you've come to depend on or that you habitually go to, and you see what life looks like without it, and then you realize you actually have a choice about these things instead of just being swept into whatever corner they want to take you.
So I turned off my phone and I didn't let myself watch television without family around, so I was never alone without my technology.
So I turned off my phone. I actually turned it into Mr. DiStefano for the 10 days that we had, but I also limited my TV watching time and my time on the computer. That was only for like when I had to do homework and stuff.
I got a lot more done, so I did more chores around my house. I actually hung out with my family, and instead of being a little tiny introvert and staying in my room, I actually hung out with some of my friends that weekend.
To be honest, the biggest struggle was probably not having the music in my car, the music that I wanted in my car. You know, I had to deal with what was on the radio, and that was sometimes very bad music. So, but other than that, it really wasn't that much of a struggle. I mean, communication-wise, that was probably the most impactful, you know, struggle for other people, just because they couldn't contact me right away. But we still managed to make plans and stuff like that. It wasn't that big of an issue.
I think technology has changed the way the world works. It depends on which way you're looking at it, because I think it is a good thing because we can contact people that are like on the other side of the world and keep in better communication with people who don't live nearby. But then again, the people who are nearby, you're not going to talk to face as much because you are talking to those other people on the other side of the world through your phone instead of talking to the person who's standing right next to you?
I think it made me realize that, number one, it isn't that drastic of a change to get rid of. It really is just, you know, it opens your mind a little bit more. You have more free time to be bored and therefore to think about, you know, things you need to do or, you know, how to be creative.
The good news is, instead of it just being, oh, I'm in love with the new gadgets and all this type of stuff, it's hey, we need to make sure we're regulated, that we're still keeping intact certain things that we formerly would have taken for granted, but now we know we can't take for granted, like eye contact, for instance, or talking face to face, all the nonverbals, all those type of things. The isolating bubble that we put around ourselves that's too often leads to depression and even worse and stuff like that. So all those things are things that I believe it is the school's charge, the schools of the United States of America and of the world, it's charged to help our young people learn to deal with better.